Shedeur Sanders and the Giants. Very exciting, according to Sanders. This is a direct quote from Sanders, by the way, guys. So Garrett Podell of the CBS Sports there said, talking about Shedeur Sanders, he was unable to contain his excitement when detailing his relationship with the Giants. New York head coach Brian Daboll went over to chat with Sanders during the Shrine Bowl's first practice on Saturday. Daboll, general manager Joe Schoen, assistant general manager Brandon Brown, and assistant director of player personnel Dennis Hickey also made sure to catch up with Sanders in the lobby of the player hotel after practice Saturday afternoon as well. It was very exciting. We have a great relationship, Sanders said, of seeing and meeting with the Giants this week. They definitely showed up plenty of times, even to practice. Just seeing the logos and seeing the scouts, it's very exciting. That sounds like I want to be a Giant. Am I crazy?
Yeah.
That sounds like, yeah. And don't get me wrong, I haven't heard of quotes he gave other teams. So I'm not suggesting it's the only place he wants to play. And I would assume he's smart enough not to say that. But, I just think that you look at this quote and you look at everything being said and how many times the Giants have been there, the stars are aligning. I just feel like that's what it's going to be, is Shedeur Sanders is a Giant. We'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. Wouldn't be the first time I'm wrong. Won't be the last. But just something tells me everything is going towards that direction. And you saw the videos, were posted all over social media. And as soon as Daboll went up, he was passing shake your hand kind of thing. He didn't. It wasn't like business, where I got to stop. I got to shake your hand and say hello. How are you? They obviously had some kind of relationship that they both smiled at each other. I do think that part of it is genuine. I really do. Now, will he be there? That's going to be the big question. That's going to be the big question. And I don't know. I don't know if he's going to be there. I think it's a fair thing to say that he could be there. He could absolutely not be there. And that's the problem with drafting 3 with 2 teams ahead of you that need a quarterback. Not a lot of quarterbacks out there. You have obviously him, you have Cam Ward, and after that, the third quarterback for most people is Jalen Milroe, who has trouble throwing the ball. Sorry, I'm just going to say it. I know there's some Milroe fans out there. And I've heard rumors today now that his hands are apparently Kenny Pickett sized.
Oh, Whopper Jr.
They're less than 9 inches, which is the smallest hands of any starting quarterback in the NFL. So, yeah, like I said, it's these 2 guys. I know some people are big fans of Jackson Dart. I'll tell you again, I've said it before. Dart needs to sit. Dart needs some time. These are the guys that could step in and change the franchise potentially. If you want your Jaden Daniels type of player, first off, you got to set the bar a little lower. But these are the 2 guys that are potentially there that could come in and make an impact in a rookie year if they have to play. And I think Sanders is the one the Giants prefer. And it sounds like he does prefer also the Giants, just based on the way he's talked. And he's talked about it multiple times. He said things like that. So, hopefully, if this is what the Giants want, this is what happens. Because I want the excuse to be over. Because I feel like that's the excuse. Oh, Brian Daboll and Joe Schoen didn't have a chance to draft their own quarterback. 3 drafts?
3 drafts, no quarterback. But they paid a lot of money to one.
They have selected not to do it, and they selected to pay a ton of money to another guy instead who had one mid-season. So I don't give them that pass, but I keep hearing that pass. So let them draft their quarterback. Let's figure out if they're the future or not. Let's move on if they're not. But this is the guy they seem to want. So let's get him. And I'm not anti-Sanders. I kind of sounds like I'm anti-Sanders. I'm not anti-Sanders. Yeah. Really not. My problem is I know in reality he's not a legit top 3 pick in the draft. It's a reach.
Yeah, especially last year. I mean, Grant, you took time, you waited, in this draft, which was a very smart move on him last year. Because what was he talked about being a 3rd round grade,
a 2nd round, probably based on what you were hearing.
He was a top 10 prospect. I mean, Grant, the way that draft went,
quarterback,
quarterback,
quarterback, top
quarterback,
10,
quarterback.
I'm just making sure he's a top 10 prospect.
Yeah, there was, especially the quarterback room left last year. He could have been first round. But anyway, you're sitting there, you're thinking, going in the second round, third round. There's a lot of like prospects of quarterback coming out of this draft. Let's sit a year and let's get you to the top 10.
Yep.
Actual top 10, not top 10 quarterback, top 10.
Hey, I mean, he'll definitely be a top 10 pick, but it's a matter of is he top 3. We'll find out.
Yeah.
We'll find out. So
if you like that clip, then you will love the full episodes too. Find us on your favorite podcast app and look for us on all your favorite social media platforms.
Thanks so much.
Please, I'm begging you. Please subscribe.